All right, finally found my way here. Man, it is time. Time for that live Q&A. AMA, really. For those of you who are joining, which is 0 at the moment. I know I'm late. I know it. I'm late. I'm late. 2 people. Are you on? I am on. How are you? I'm great. I'm good. How are you? Good to see you here again. What do you I'm confused with the question, are you on? I'm pretty sure I'm on. Let me check my microphone. 7 people. What's going on, guys? What is up? Talking about some interesting topics. Yes, the live stream is now. So I'm sorry for the delay, guys. Yeah, I apologize for that. Output, input, check 1, 2. Yeah, hopefully you guys can hear me well. How has your day been? Eventful. It's been the craziest week ever, which is why I didn't get a chance to upload this week, which sucked. I was not happy about it, but it is what it is. Getting slowly better each day. Yeah. How was your birthday? Birthday was awesome. Cool thing that happened on my birthday well, there's actually a lot of cool things that happened, but my birthday gift is my parents plus my sister, her husband, bought me a ticket to go out to California. My sister lives in Monterey, and so I'm going out to Monterey, and then I'm going up to Northern California, and then down to San Luis, something like that. So, yeah, I am very excited about it. Going to be gone for 2 weeks. Hoping that I'll be able to vlog while I'm out there, but at the same time, I'll be like probably busy. I don't know. So, yo. How about that gluten-free bun? Yep, Jess saw the video. That's for sure. What's going on? What up, Jess? Yeah, so for those of you who are listening, for my birthday, we went out and played this Top Golf thing. I don't know if you guys have heard of Top Golf, but if you haven't, it's basically you get to drive golf balls while like eating and drinking and just hanging out with your friends. And you can play games and stuff like that. There's like little chips in the golf balls that they can tell you where they go, and you got point systems and stuff like that. So I'm sitting there ordering my food, and 2 of my friends are just hounding me for being gluten-free and dairy-free. And I'm like sitting there asking the waiter, is this gluten-free? Do you have this? Is this that? Blah, 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 blah. And they're just sitting there hounding me and making fun of me and all sorts of stuff. And so for my birthday, like they went and told our waitress, hey, it's his birthday, so whatever you got planned, cool. And she's like, okay, great. And then they're like, but so instead of bringing me out a cake or a cupcake or whatever, they brought me a plain gluten-free bun with Happy B-Day spelled out on the plate in raspberry dressing. Love my friends. They're fantastic. All right. Have you ever had to deal with a roommate who, after they moved out, made you clean up all the stuff they left? Yep. It wasn't fun. But I was just glad the roommate left, honestly. With my mom about to eat, but hey, what's going on, man? Hey, along the journey. Well, go ahead and eat. That's what took me so long, because my mom was making dinner and she was unaware that I was doing live stream, and so that's why it took me long. I'm lactose intolerant and now vegan as well, and it drove me crazy how funny people think it is to make fun of it. Yeah, I mean, they just don't know. They don't know how difficult it is and how much it can actually affect you. So Sam can maybe embarrass you like that, but he can't grow a man bun. It's true. He cannot grow a man bun, but he can grow an Amish looking beard though. That dude is, when he grows out his beard, he's straight up Amish. Like, I mean, it's just like it's a box. I liked your video with your dad. Thanks. His response was what you expected. Yeah. I mean, I thought it'd be interesting for him to watch the video, but it was exactly how I thought it would go. There was no real surprises there in that. So that's the because I got to keep up with that channel as well, since I'm really in charge of 2 channels. So instead of making a video and uploading the next segment of the Truth series that I've been doing, and to keep up with the sponsorship for that channel as well, I had to go and do a video for that. And a fro, yep. My daughter can't eat gluten and has severe allergy to some nuts, and damn, the kids hound her. Yeah, friends can be strange sometimes. Very true, but like I said, they just don't understand. I doubt you are ever surprised. Yeah, I'm not surprised by his responses. Frankly, you choose videos because you know what he'll say. Yes, I do. I do know what he'll say. At the same time, though, I don't know. I'm trying to find some, like, that I'm Not Racist video by Joyner Lucas. That's the video that blew up. That video was gold, and there's no music videos like that coming out. And I'm like just waiting for that opportunity. Like, all right, when's that gonna happen again? But you know, that happens probably once a year or something like that. Something like, you know, that crazy and controversial comes out. Took me a good hour and a half to clean up after him. Yep. What is the most interesting kind of thing you have made written? Like song-wise or poetry or something like that. I really like to personify things and then have conversations with them in my songs and in the poems that I write. I'll personify fear, love, trust, hate, just personifying different things. And I speak in metaphors all day, all the time. So I really like to paint pictures with the lyrics that I write. I don't know if there's been anything particularly interesting. I mean, a lot of my stuff that has to do with does God exist? I wrote a song called My Religion that I played part of it here on live stream one night, and it's just about my journey and going away from Christianity and into logic and reason and how it affected me. I've been considering doing a reaction to your thing. That'd be interesting. Dude, I just saw that what is rest video of yours, and man, that was awesome. Check it out, guys, if you haven't. Yeah, those are my old videos. That was like the 3rd video I ever uploaded. I'm excited for that podcast. Yeah, podcast is happening. Yeah, I was on a podcast, Theology in Progress. You guys should look it up when it's live. I'm not. I think it'll be in like a week or something. Anything. I find all your videos and music extremely deep and creative. Thank you. Appreciate that. Birthplace, earth, gender, human, religion, love. I'm with you. I get it. 12 people. Moving on up. I'm shooting for it to be live on Monday morning. That's what's up, man. Monday morning. That'll be dope. Yeah, guys. Check out the podcast, Theology in Progress. Do it. We had man, how long was it? It was like 2 hours long. It was a good conversation. Metaphor is my favorite language. That's what's up. Yeah, I missed this. What is this? Jess, this is why you need Instagram. I say these things on Instagram. Hour and a half at least. Yeah. Long conversation about theology and spirituality, and thanks again for coming on. Loved it. Yeah, man. I'll come on anytime. I love doing podcasts with people. Love it. No, I refuse the dopamine feedback. All right. I understand, Jess. I get it. So what's an interesting topic you guys want to dialogue about? What's good, bro? Calvin Faith, what's going on, man? Glad to see you here. So what's an interesting topic that you guys want to crack open? That bottle is that bottle is incredible. Yeah, I drank one of these a day. It's 100 ounces. One of these, and like 3 16-ounce. Well, I drink over a gallon every day of specifically spring water. Oh my God. Hi, bro. Just want to say I love your channel. Keep doing what you're doing. Thanks, Izzy. Means a lot. Appreciate that. How close do you think you are to being able to do YouTube full time, as in making a living from it? I've been considering making a vlog about this because I don't think people understand how much I don't make, how much I put in versus how much I get out. There have been some YouTube flukes where seriously I'm not supposed to be making income on some of the Pastors React videos that I had made previously, but for some reason Google decided to send me like $200 one month because of this video, and I was like, is this okay? Should I even take this? And I checked some websites and they were like, yeah, take it, fine. That was the most I have ever gotten ever from the 2 years I have doing it from YouTube. Seriously, maybe, man, I don't know. Monthly, I might make $75 or something like that. So far from making a living off YouTube, far from it. So, and that's just ads though. There's other ways to make income, which I have a Patreon account, and I need to figure out some new reward systems that people would be more interested in. I got rid of my old ones because they just weren't working out. You need to find a well somewhere near you that sells alkaline water. The alkaline water is good, but it's not great. And I don't know why, but my doctor specifically told me spring water. Yeah, so I've just been drinking spring water. But I've heard about the alkaline thing. Well, actually, the water at my house is well water. But I've heard about the alkaline thing and how good it can be for you. But yeah, I have drank alkaline water. It's been good, not great. So, yeah. There has been a huge success with cancer patients drinking alkaline water. Yep, heard all this. Yep. Apparently cancer can't survive in. Yeah, cancer can't survive in an alkaline body. So you just want to make sure, like if you're eating, you want to make sure you're right. Like there's acidic and then alkaline. You want to make sure you're right in the middle. So a lot of diseases live in a very acidic environment. But if you drink more and consume more foods containing alkaline or on that other end of the spectrum, then yeah, disease can't live in that body. Dang, you need to get some affiliate links and sponsors going if you can. I'm sure it's on your mind. It's totally on my mind, but there hasn't, been sponsors reaching out as of yet. And I wouldn't mind pursuing sponsorship if my videos were consistently getting over 1,000 views, like in a week time. But right now, it's not super consistent. Like I'm getting hundreds of views, but I'm not getting thousands. I think I'd feel confident like reaching out to sponsors when I'm in the thousands, because then I actually have, at least you're gonna get this, and so here's what I feel like I deserve and all that kind of stuff. But alkaline water is from a specific depth. Okay. How do you feel about antidepressants? I am currently on antidepressants, so just depends on what you're on. A lot of antidepressants aren't great. I mean, antidepressants aren't great because it just numbs your emotions, essentially. And so, man, I burnt the shit out of my mouth because my mom made pizza and I wanted to get on live, and so I just scarfed it down right out of the oven. Yeah, no, I take antidepressants. It's necessary in some situations, but at the same time, I'm currently weaning myself off of them. I've been on them for a year and a half, ever since I had the severe panic attack, and I've been weaning myself off of them. So I don't think they're antidepressants for life. I don't think that's a thing. Or it is a thing, but I don't want to ever do that. So I think antidepressants can be good for a year or two to get things in order. But then other than that, I don't see a need for them personally. How closely connected are the emotions we feel and the love that we are supposed to show? Okay, wait. How closely connected are the emotions we feel and the love that we are supposed to show that is actually visible? This might be too wordy to understand, but maybe we can start on it. All right, let me try to understand this. How closely connected are the emotions we feel and the love that we are supposed to show and the love that is actually visible? Yeah, man, you're going to have to word that differently. Maybe somebody can help me figure that one out, but or just word it differently, I guess. I think I understand where you're going, but I just want to make sure, and just if you could word it differently. I feel so bad because I got to go all the time and I can't stay. Bummer, Luli. Why? But I always try to watch the recorded videos. I appreciate that. Always. I love the fact that you do this for viewers. It's great. Bye, guys. Keep thinking with Nate because he makes neurons move, which is awesome. Very wise guy. Thanks, Luli. See you later. You're probably long gone, but I'll see you later. Do you consider yourself an agnostic? Skeptical agnostic. Yes, I reluctantly consider myself agnostic. One of my best friends was diagnosed with terminal liver cancer and has switched his water, and he's also a huge pothead, and it's been 3 years now. 1,000 feet deep, the well. I take Crampton. It's helped me a lot. So you're saying 3 years now that he hasn't had cancer? I'm on Effexor. See, I don't know. I don't know that. I've been on sertraline for a long time, which isn't the best, but it got me through it. What kind of non-dairy cheese do you use? I gotta be honest. Even before I was wasn't. I really didn't eat dairy. I like cheese, but now I just don't eat it at all. And the fake stuff is actually worse for you than if you were just eating dairy. But my mom, what she just put on the pizza was goat cheese. And I haven't tasted cheese in forever, so I forget what it tastes like, honestly. And so the goat cheese didn't taste that bad. People usually bash me for them. I have like service, social anxiety, and depression. That's just dumb on their part, you know. I mean, yeah, severe social anxiety. It sounds like you need them, so I think that's perfectly okay. How long have you been on them, if you don't mind me asking? There's a lot of atheist YouTubers, Jacqueline Bennett, yeah, Mr. Atheist, for example, that get hit with demonetization. Have you noticed a difference since you've openly admitted to not being a believer? A difference in monetization? I don't make hardly anything from monetization, so there's really nothing for me to notice. I wasn't making a ton of money to start out with before that, and now after that, I don't have any gauge to know how much of an extreme difference it was. I mean, I've definitely noticed a difference in viewership, but yeah, not monetization wise. I take Kratom too. Got it. Kratom. Calvin Faith. A lot of Christian YouTubers have been hit with demon. Yeah, no, it's definitely all around. It's not. Anyway, it's anything that has to do with religion or anti-religion. Are you basically asking the correlation between what we actually feel and what we end up showing to others? 3 years since he's been 3 years saying he's shit. Oh, that's amazing. The love that is visible isn't always what we are built to show as humans. The love that is visible. What do you mean by that? The love that is visible. I have a hypothetical. If every old middle-aged person was given their young bodies, say 25 years, 25, therefore making them as able bodies as young people, how would you imagine things would turn out? Well, it depends on if they're in good health. Because I'm 25 and my health is horrible. And I feel like I'm 60 years old or 70 some days. Man, the world would for sure be a different place. And I honestly don't know if it would be better or worse. Honestly, some people, the reason why they grow in wisdom is because they have limitations in other areas, like physicality, or like, you know, if everyone was in healthy, young shape, I honestly think people would have a lot of knowledge, but I think aging, the body aging, has a lot to do with wisdom. So I don't know. I think you get wiser as you get older, because of certain limitations that happen. And so you have to if there wasn't those limitations, I don't know if those understandings would come to light. I can ask you something that maybe let you think about reality a little. Sure. Sorry, my English is bad. It's all good, Gabriel. What's up? Ask away. Well, I was on them for a year, and then I thought it was okay. Thought I was making an excuse for myself to medicate. I'm a recovering addict, so I've been back on them for 3 months. Hey, as long as, you know, if you got off and now you're on because you need them again, I don't see any issue, any problem with that. YouTube has gotten ridiculous with it, but I have noticed that channels like Girl Defined are still monetized. So well, that's just the culture right now with the Me Too movement, all the sexual harassment stuff that's coming up, and, you know, basically the feminists that are rising up, and the media is like, yes, we need this. This needs to happen. So it makes sense that a channel like that would still be monetized. So basically, I am saying that the love we show on the surface isn't what we really should show. Very true. Is that created by an emotional barrier, or do emotions directly correlate to how love is shown? Both. And I learned this in acting, just my study as an actor, and even acting classes that I've taken, is that you can stir up emotion inside of yourself and release it. And if you find those stories that really connect with you inside, then you're able to show that emotion. But then there's sometimes when you don't feel it. And so in order to actually feel it, you have to do something, which that's kind of the difference between, I know you guys wouldn't know these names, but that's the difference between Uta Hagen and her acting method, and like Meisner and his acting approach. I think the barrier that you're referring to is just fear. I mean, is what it is. I don't think it's a barrier with everyone. I know there's a lot of people that they want to show love, and they feel very strongly about an individual or a situation or something, and they're just so scared. They don't know how to show it, and so they're scared to show it. And it's a fear thing, because they're like, I don't know how to show it, so I don't want to, you know, be stupid or dumb. But it's like, for me, that's how I think it's that mystery that shows. But it's like, for me, that's how I think it's that mystery that shows it. It's like, hey, look, I've had these conversations with some of my friends or people that I've been in a relationship with. It's like, I feel this thing so incredibly deeply, and I don't know how to show it. I don't know what to do about it, but I would go through any length for you. Um, I love them, and so I think that the barrier is this right here, the lack of communication, and the barrier is fear, fear of the unknown. But I do think that a lot of people feel so much more love than they let show. Um, yeah, I think I'm answering that question. Maybe I'm not. Advice on how you could help others implement being humble without seeming prideful. Well, on one hand, you can't. It's just they got to learn themselves. Um, I got friends that they got problems with pride. I can't do anything about it because even if they were to act a certain way that a humble person would act, humility has to do with the heart of the individual. It doesn't necessarily have to do with the things that you do. But on the other hand, helping them realize the effect that their pride has on other people. Because individuals that are prideful still feel for people. They still love. They still, cherish things. They're not just, most of them, some of them aren't straight up right selfish and just don't care about anyone or anything. But when they are shown how their pride and selfishness affects the people that they care about, then it makes them want to change. And that takes a real close, real friend to say, hey, do you realize that you're doing this? Do you realize that, like, you're kind of messing things up because you're a little selfish? That's what I'd say. My old belief system, Christianity, had me really close-minded. It's pretty upsetting when you wake up to reality. That it is. For me, love is shown so naturally, and I had people tell me that the love they have for me isn't never wavers. That tells me I'm loving the right. And if so, then I literally just do. I forget what you asked. Thanks for that answer. I played around with that hypothetical and overlooked that aspect and forgot that old people are similar to disabled people in the way their limitations shape their character. Very true. Very true. Stand by that for sure. I want to talk to you about the creation of the information, to something be called, to something being called information, it needs to be created by an intelligent way. An example, I'll give an example the next message. If you have data like a car, garage, house, to be called information, it needs to be organized in an intelligent way. I have a car and put it in my garage and house. Okay, you get what you're saying. Calvin Faith, Girl Defined definitely isn't a feminist channel. They promote the Bible's view of women, that women should be, oh man. See, I did not know that. I have no idea whether they're monetized. No clue. Do you believe animals are conscious? And if so, how do you think their experience compares to ours? I do think animals are conscious and obtain a sort of consciousness. And I think animals are a lot more instinctive in their consciousness than we are. We're instinctive as well, but animals are definitely, I would say, they're a lot more instinctive in their actions. I would say that's the separation between us. Is it okay to immediately say whatever comes to mind? Depends on who you're with. It feels like you're unnaturally open, but it's also a great way to not overthink stuff and speak up. I'm confused. Is that unnaturally open? So is that a compliment? Is that a bad thing? It feels like you're unnaturally open, but it's also a great way to not overthink stuff and speak up. I'm not sure if I understand what you're saying. That's what I'd say. Okay, 5 more minutes while I get ready for a birthday party. So Nate, I always wonder, what's your relationship with social media like Instagram and Facebook? I am on it way too much. Not Facebook, Instagram. And I actually find myself deleting the app every couple days because I'm like, literally, if I'm doing nothing, I just get on my phone and I'm like, Instagram, scroll. And I don't even, I need to post more. If I'm on it that much, I need to post more. And I actually have like 3 posts in my phone, 3 pictures that I have a story to, and I'm going to post them. I just haven't done it yet. I'm like, oh my God, why am I not doing this? I love Instagram. Love Instagram way more than Facebook. So I do like social media a lot. But if you're asking my relationship in a sense to where social media can be great and it can be terrible. I think you know where I'm going with this, and I've talked about it several times before. It can be fantastic for shedding hope, encouragement, shedding, giving attention to things that need to be more attended to and thought. That was a really bad way of saying that some things need to be shown more than others, and we are in control of that. So it just depends on the person. And so if I find myself ever going the route of like, I just want to be accepted and known, and I put stuff up for the likes and for all that, then I need to just stop posting. Then I don't like social media in that way. But I do like social media. I think it's fantastic if it's used correctly. Waking up. I'll be glad when I'm surrounded by more people who have went down this crazy road. Waking up is very humbling and isolating. Huh. So, I mean, what do you mean by that? Like waking up, like enlightened in some sense, or waking up like waking up in the morning? I got the notification you had gone live, so I just thought I'd come say hello before I head out today. Well, thanks. Rah. Sarah, right? That's your name. I remembered. Sarah, I appreciate that a lot. 9:20 Saturday morning in Australia. Well, good morning to you. He got here a couple minutes ago, but didn't want to interrupt. It's all good, man. I'm glad you're here. It seemed like you were on some pretty good questions. Did you ever get a chance to check out You're Making Me Hate You? I did not. I did not. Movie quote. What movie is that from? Go. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to do that. I'm gonna save it on a tab right now. Oh no, okay. I went to YouTube and I saw that the audiobook was 2 hours long, and I was like, no, I don't got time for this right now. And then I exited out of the tab, and I haven't gone back since. But I'll type it in again. You're Making Me Hate You. Yeah. There we go. I feel the same with Instagram. Same, hey, Instagram is great. Facebook is horrible. Yep. I'm learning more of concept of everything is consciousness. Everything from the plants to the insects to the rocks, because we have language to outwardly express our consciousness doesn't mean plants aren't. There's truth in that. There's science to back that thought up. If animals are conscious, do you think they have a soul, and do you think that soul can go on journeys in the way we go on journeys? I don't know for sure, but I love animals. I love animals. And I see the way the way that I interact with animals, it feels to me like they have a soul. I don't know, but it feels that way to me, how I interact with animals and just my love for animals. What's your Instagram name? Nate, N-A-T-E dot Alger, A-L-G-E-R. I'm sure you've been asked this before, so forgive me for asking again, but what is the most irritating moral paradox? Oh, by the way, Faithful Baller, thank you so much. What you think of Jeffrey Epstein suicide? Dude, I got no idea. Who's an American financier? Oh, wow. Man, I got no idea. I have no idea my thoughts on that. I'm sorry. I did not. Yeah. Irritating moral paradox you've ever come across. I've actually never been asked that question. The first thing that comes to mind is just God and morality. Actually, I don't know. This might seem weird, but I think sexual stuff is kind of paradoxical. It kind of folds in on itself. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I'm not sure if that's the Epicurean paradox or, any. They might be the same thing. I know they're not the same thing. So, yeah. Yes. Clever name. Ford. Jess, you're amazing. David Koch. What? Faithful Baller. Man, appreciate it. Shells, what's going on? Glad to see you here. How she said it was sad when you wake up to the reality in reference to being Christian. What? And the 4 people to 1 person trolley train dilemma. So is pulling lever or train dilemma? It's really the trolley problem, but the train dilemma, it depends on the situation. If it was just ideally 1 person or 4 people, obviously personally I'd go with the 1 person. You ever check out 7? Somebody lied to us. I did. I liked it. I did. It was good. Did you get my donation? I did get your donation, Faithful Baller. Thank you so much. You are epic. I really appreciate it. Animals are the best. I agree with you. Yep. I agree. Animals have a soul. Yes. Okay, thanks for answering. I might add you on Facebook then. Do it. Do it, Luli. I might take an Instagram break and would love to keep in touch. Do it. I'd love to keep in touch as well, Luli. Bye. I keep buffering. Well, stop it. I keep buffering too. Okay, thanks. I'll go follow you now because I got to go get myself and the kids ready to hang out with my sister, my mom. I'm going to read this in Australian accent. Okay, cool. Oh, no. Thanks. I'll go follow you now as I got to go get my man, I got to practice this accent. Myself and the kids ready to hang out with my sister and my mom today. Bye, guys. Have a great day and night. Good to see you again, Nate. Take care, buddy. That's probably terrible. I got to work on that. I used to be really good at it, but not much. Had a long day. I feel you on that, Shells. Feel you on that. Buffer Fest. I had a weird idea the other day that there are different gods in the way Hindu or Greeks or any other polytheistic culture believe that most important God is Abrahamic God that has a soft spot. So what was the weird idea? Because can any of you hear what I'm saying right now? Christians will help Amazon destroy Christian book publishing. What do you think? Christians will help Amazon destroy Christian book publishing? I'm curious of what you mean by that. My mom is a writer, and she sells all of her stuff on Amazon. Is that exactly what you're talking about? Assassin Sensation. What's going on, man? Glad you're here. For humanity, it would put Satan as an advocate for all creation because we've been neglecting it. It's a weird idea and not fleshed out but it made sense. Now I think you lost me. Sorry for the two-part message. Oh, for humanity, it would put Satan in as an advocate for all creation because we've been neglecting it, and it's a weird idea and not fleshed out, but it made sense. Huh. I'm not sure. It's actually over 6 hours long. Oh, damn. I had to listen to it over the span of a few days. The free one on YouTube says 11 hours because it repeats itself after the book is over for some reason. Gotcha. Okay. 6 hours. Man, that takes commitment. Did you ever get my song link, by the way? I did, and I have forgotten time and time again to message you back, but I really liked it. I think you got a good voice. And keep doing what you're doing. I want to hear the song that you wrote the other day about how I gave you an idea for it or something. Did you finish that song? That was pretty good, actually. Sweet. Awesome. What part of Australia are you from? Epic, just when I thought you couldn't get cuter. Cuter. You mean with the Australian accent? Australia. It was a bloody great accent. Accent. That's like more South African. Bloody great accent, mate. It's a bloody great accent, mate. Do you agree with those who are of the opinion that... Okay, yeah, I'm going to stop doing that. Do you agree with those who are of the opinion that the media arts, at least Western media art, isn't as good as it should be? Good in what sense? Good in quality, good in morality, good in quality? We're better. We're better. So I guess I agree and disagree with that. Yeah. Our DNA is information, so it's like everything we can see. Do you think about how can we exist intelligent information without intelligent mind who wrote it? I've heard this argument several times about, intelligent design, and I understand what you're saying, but that doesn't mean God, well, actually you don't know, but it doesn't mean God. Like, their energy is intelligent. So, and there's so many things that I could say about it, but the intelligence that you're saying, or I don't know if you're trying to tell me that or not, but the intelligence that I think you're talking about, which is God, is just as much, it's a theory. It's a theory that is unknown, that we don't know. Asian sensation, not assassin. Oh, wow. I'm so sorry, man. Thanks for the correction, Jess. Western Sydney. Awesome. Awesome. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Because I know I've known a couple Australians, and they were from Byron Bay. And so that's kind of the accent I'm trying for. I knew a dude that was from Queensland, and he was straight out of the outback. I was like, wow, that's a nice accent. I need help. I was in a class and they were talking about social Darwinianism and how we evolved from monkeys, and I'm really into faith. How do you think about this? My teacher is talking about this. Actually, you should watch, there's this apologist, really, called Inspiring Philosophy on YouTube. He's an evolutionist, and he believes in God. And there's actually like 15 different theories of evolution and how we got to be here and how we evolved. And there's one or two of them that he talks about that fit inside the biblical context. And I actually made my parents watch it, and they were very intrigued. And so I'm curious if you've seen that, and if you haven't, I'd recommend watching it. The Ghetto Mount Do It is called, it's called Where I Live. Wow. I don't know what that means, but it sounds fun. I didn't finish it yet. I keep hitting a wall. Plus, I can't play an instrument good enough to record on my own. I totally get it. Totally get it. Well, let me know when you finish the song because I'd love to hear it. Good in all of those aspects. OMG, I died laughing every time. I was in a jail and started talking in a British accent, and man, the girls got so mad because this one girl just wouldn't stop, and she was terrible. Oh boy, Jess, please send a recording to me of you doing a British accent. I know you have such a country accent, but I would love to hear your version of a British accent. I think that'd be awesome. It's definitely worth it. It was a great, hilarious book. Well, you know, I do want to listen to it. I got to be honest. I don't think I've ever listened to an audio book other than years ago, the Bible. I listened to all of Psalms, and it took, I think it took like 4 hours. But yeah, no, I mean, I have it up in my tab, so I'm going to remember it this time. Where do you see the next 10 years taking? Where do you see the next? I think we're doing a huge split right now. Humanity. I think that it's getting a lot better, and it's also getting a lot worse. And it's just kind of stretching. Humanity is being stretched. But there are a few people who are figuring out, wow, there's a lot of this and a lot of that. We just need to like hone in the middle here. And well, not hone in the middle. Like obviously we need to be all good. Man, I'm really butchering this. I know I have these thoughts. I'm trying to figure out how to describe them in words. You sound like Hugh Jackman to me. It's the best. That's amazing. It's amazing. Really. I'm excited. Hugh Jackman. Hello. I guess I sound like Hugh Jackman. Great. I'm Hugh Jackman, the Wolverine. Played the Wolverine for about 10 years. Probably more. 16 years. 14, 15, 16, something like that. I'm glad that I'm doing good. I'm doing better than I thought I was doing. But anyway, on the topic of where do I think we'll be in a couple of years, 10 years. All right, I'm going to get through this. 10 years down the road, I think humanity as a whole, if that's what you're talking about, I think humanity as a whole, the humanity is being stretched. I think the bad will die out and the good will, obviously, I think the good will flourish. I'm being super vague. I apologize, but this is the only way I know how to get it out into words. I think the good will flourish, but the good that, because there's a lot of good things, like a lot of things in Christian morality or religious morality that are seen as good, but they're actually bad. And so those things are dying out, and the good, like, spirituality that is legitimately about peace and love is flourishing. And so I think in the next 10 years, I see the bad things being flushed out. Not saying Earth is going to turn into a paradise, but it's just going to be so clear what is good and bad. It's going to be a lot more black and white in the next 10 years. That's what I think. Could be wrong. That's just me. He is pretty cute, eh? Pretty cute, eh? And thank you, by the way. No problem. Whenever I hear Sydney, I always think P. Sherman 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. Yes. I think that even an opinion is true. I think that such an opinion is true and false, but I also believe that every generation tends to say, the stuff from my day was great. Stuff ain't like it used to be. Yeah, but that statement is also rooted in pride, and they're not able. I've heard a lot of older people make statements like that, like the stuff from my day was great, stuff ain't like it used to be, and I'm just like, wow, you are living in the past. That's it's a shame, you know. So I think those are the things that obviously those are going to die out. Okay, I gotta go. See you guys. Sending drive through. Sending love. All right. Peace out, Sarah. What's the video called for the evolution? Just type in inspiring philosophy evolution. Can evolution fit into the Bible? So, in fact, the only other I have jacked and backing track offline to see if it was the sound I wanted so I could post it. Okay, I think you're talking about your music. I know that, but what is this? The only one I have, I jacked. Oh, gotcha. Offline to see it. Got it. You can buy those if it's a royalty-free thing. You can buy them. Pedro, what's going on? But the intelligence itself can be created. But the intelligence itself can be created without intelligence. This energy you say cannot be God. The title God above the gods describes who created this reality. Don't. I see what you're saying, but I'm going to have to agree to disagree. Hit your girl, John, or just John, as you say. Just John. What's going on, man? I was late, too. I didn't get here until like an hour ago. Listen to K Rhino, when you get a chance. All right? All right. I said all right that way because it reminded me of a Justin Timberlake song. Dope. Yeah, I'll check this dude out. Speaking of that 10 years question, do you think that in the next 2 decades the United States will see a great recession and economic boom, or just glides? It depends, man. I mean, when you look at the Great Depression and what took place, why China is thriving so much these days is because of the Great Depression in the United States, and they were smart about it with the automobiles and stuff like that. So they saw a dark time and saw how they could thrive in dark times. If the United States is able to adopt that mindset, because a lot of people are saying the stock market's going to crash, the market's going to crash again, it's just a matter of time. So if that happens, if the United States starts getting smart and understands how to thrive in dark times, I think that in 2 decades' time, we could be booming. But if not, and if history just repeats itself, then it'll end up the same. That's what I think. Don't know about USA, but I don't see Yugoslavia economy going down anywhere. Huh. Shit, I unfortunately got to go. Damn it. Calvin Faith, don't go, man. Hopefully I'll catch the entire live show next week. Question everything. Peace. Later on Earth and find meaning there. Depends on what's for me on Mars. But if it was just living on Mars for the sake of living on Mars, I'd probably stick with Earth. Don't forget to like the video before we eat. I'm excited to hear this. Which planet, if we could live on any from our solar system, would you choose? I actually think it'd be really dope to live on a moon. Somewhere where, a planet where there's less gravity. So I can jump around and fly. I don't know. I really don't feel like life would be all that different. Depending on the planet you live on. I mean, it'd be fun. Besides just not liking it. on the economic downturn. There's a book in Thinking and Destiny. I have not, but I think I've heard of that book. Eye-opening moment about so growing up in a Christian home, there's a lot of shame and guilt surrounded around a lot of things pertaining to sex, whether that be sex outside of marriage, masturbation, porn, all this stuff. A lot of shame and guilt surrounded all of that. So I thought to myself, what would it be like to explore some of those things without shame or guilt, like just making a decision to not have shame or guilt about it? And super eye-opening too. And so definitely changed a couple of my thoughts on a few of those subjects. Yeah, still thinking through it though. But that's probably the most recent eye-opening moment for me. It'd be dope. A world where dudes give birth? What? Zodi Swabby. Jess, you hands down did not send me a recording of you doing a British accent. By wisdom is a house built, by understanding it is made firm, and by knowledge. Do you think that the change in the way that parents and schools dealt with children's upbringing could play a major part in people's generally lower self-esteem nowadays? Yes. I'm going to read that one more time to make sure I think that. Do you think that the change in the way that parents and schools deal with children's upbringing could have played a major? Absolutely. Yeah. No. 100%. Hands down. Absolutely. There's kids that it's broken them, like myself, and made them, like not me. My internet is slow. Sorry. It's all good. I think it might be my internet because I'm not getting a whole lot of messages. 100%. I agree. There's so much. Sweet, man. There's two guys, Darken DeMay and this other guy, Demame. A lot of believer. He's not a Christian. He doesn't believe in God, but he does believe in life after death. I found that super interesting. And he said it's just science. It's the law, first law of thermodynamics, that energy doesn't die. It just changes or, goes into something else. Of Robert Monroe's books on out-of-body experiences, and I'm currently halfway through the second book. And yeah, a lot of things are. So you should know there's like robots that can do original paintings because they're programmed to. But did you know there was one experiment where they gave an AI free will to paint? They just gave it ways to draw and paint, and the result was just so creepy. Ever seen the painting? I have not seen the painting and image. I'm very interested to. It's got to be on his end because I even scrolled back because I missed something in the video. It was a weird skip thing. Dang. I'm actually using a new, so on previous live streams, I was using Google Chrome out of the body. The second book is called Far Journeys, and the third book is called Ultimate Journey, and they're all by Robert Monroe. I'm on the second book, Very fascinating stuff.